A lot of people complain about wrist pain, whether they're doing a plank or they're trying animal flow for the first time or they're crawling for the first time. So even if you are a yogi, I'd like you to pay attention to this because what we need more of is active flexibility, mobility, where we're building strength as well as flexibility. So we're going to take an active approach versus a passive approach. What does that mean? So active meaning if I have my hands on the ground, I'm pressing into my fingertips and the bars of my palms just as much as I am the heel of my palm, right? Which we usually call like the wrist, right? So a lot of times people will have issues through usually this side of the wrist or this side of the wrist when they've been on their hands a lot. And what that generally means, and of course it's going to vary from person to person, but there's not an equal distribution of weight through the hands. So what we're going to do is we're going to prep it without using our body weight in the floor, zero weight at all, and then we're going to apply it to the floor, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to start with placing one hand out. And what I want you to do is I want you to imagine there's a wall in front of you. You're going to press into that wall with an equal handprint. So I want you to also start to press through the fingers and through the bars of the palm. Drive like you're trying to reach through that wall. Then let's do the opposite. Let's pull those fingernails back and imagine pulling each fingernail towards your face and then retracting the shoulder blade back. What happens in the shoulders and the wrist, it's all connected. It's one highway system. All right, and again, let's try that again. Press through your fingers, drive through. Okay, and let's even go even further now. Let's press all the way into this hook position and see if you can create a fist with your fingertips. All right, and let's go the extreme way back. Pull it all the way back, retract it back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to apply that same exercise to the floor. So let's take the hand and the other hand away. Let's drive through that hand, pressing through the fingertips, pressing through the bar of the palm, and driving through the shoulder. We're going to do it with both hands. Then we're going to take the other hand away, pull the fingernails back, and retract the shoulder blades back. See if you can do this with a straight arm and not bending that elbow. All right? And then we're just going to march it and continue on the opposite side. Press through with the fingertips and the bars of the palms and the shoulder. Lift those fingertips and retract the shoulder blade back. And here we have an active range of pushing and pulling. You can start there. If it's too much to displace the weight over your hands, just do it right here or even right here, okay? Change the angles of where you're going through the shoulders, and that'll help you a lot through different ranges of motion because the goal is to be strong in every angle, not just one, okay? So moving on, here's the next one. Most of us are used to being in this push position, right? Stacking is really important. What I see a lot of times in classes and with clients is I'll have them say, stack your shoulders over your palms. And generally they're about here. That's my shoulders over my wrist. And if we're having wrist issues, it means we're dumping all the weight into one area. We have this whole hand to work with. So stack your shoulder over the middle of your palm and again, keep it active. Press those fingertips in, make sure the bars of your palms are pressing in as well, and you're using your shoulders. So that's the difference between active versus passive. Again, with that passive, a lot of times, even if you find that weight distribution over the middle of the palm, a lot of people will dump the weight, whether it's in the shoulders or in the wrists. So we want to make sure everything is nice and active. Okay, moving on again. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on pulling. So a lot of times we press, but we don't do a lot of pull. So if you don't have a TRX or rings, what you can use is you can use a towel or even your own body. So with my own body, I'm going to pretend this is not my hand anymore. This is now a bar, okay? I'm going to take the other hand, I'm going to grip that bar and create a hook grip around it with my wrist. So it looks like from here at this angle, This is the bar. I'm gonna hook my wrist around that bar, and I'm gonna try to grip with every one of my fingers. Again, try to be in that straight arm position. I just bent my arm so you can see that angle. From here, I'm gonna grip, I'm gonna actively pull from the shoulder blade back. So now it's super active and we're strengthening these muscles, right? These are the extensor muscles, these are the wrist flexor muscles. So we're gonna strengthen those wrist flexors, pull back, keep pulling back as you're pushing with the opposite, and explore all those different angles of pull. You can do this with a pull-up bar, you can do this with the side of a door, you can do this with a towel. There's so many ways you can do this with, right? Even a staircase if you'd like. Those 3 drills is a great start. So again, active pressing, finding the stack with that active pressing, and then strengthen your grip with some pulling. These guys, explore at every angle. Let me know how it goes.